welcome to Playtime Connections. I'm Liz McMahon, a pediatric speech language pathologist in Memphis, Tennessee, and I've been practicing for 14 years.
Hi, and I'm Jennifer Henderson. I'm a pediatric occupational therapist, also practicing in Memphis, Tennessee, and I've been an occupational therapist for 19 years.
So today we're going to talk about a great toy that we use in therapy, and we hope that you enjoy using it as well and playing with your child with it. They are called Squigz. So Squigz are made by Fat Brain Toys, and they're great. They have a great website and catalog that comes out each December. You can find them at fatbraintoys.com. The Squigz you could purchase at Fat Brain Toys or on Amazon or like specialty toy stores. There's 3 different sizes of Squigz. The Pip Squigs are for the younger children, which is ages 6 months and up, and average about $14. The Squigz, the regular Squigz is what we call them, they are for 3 and up, and they're about $24 for 24 pieces. And then the mini Squigs are for 5 and up, and they're about $20. So
let's take a look and open up some of these. So these are the Pip Squigs. These are made of silicone, so they're safe for children to put in their mouths, especially babies. Now these are the ones that are designed for babies, and they shake and they have this nice auditory feedback. And the Pip Squigs have texture on them. These have bumps, these have ridges. This one has a sweet little happy face, and when you shake them, they give that nice auditory feedback. So they have suction cups on each of the sizes of these, and you can stick them onto just about any surface. Then when you pull them off, they make a nice popping sound, which is one of their most fun features.
the kids love that.
So let's talk about some of the special features in speech and language and cognition and some motor features that you can work on with your children.
Yeah, we love the Pip Squigs for infants and toddlers because one of the first things infants learn is to bring toys to their mouth. And so these are great for them to hold and bring to their mouth. They're big, so they're not going to choke on them. And because of the little textures in them, it gives them some great oral stimulation. Bringing toys to your mouth and chewing on them is an important skill that all children must learn. And it helps push back their gag reflex and helps move their tongue. And the more your tongue moves, the better it is for speech production and chewing and swallowing safety as they get to more advanced foods later in life. Okay. So that's one thing. Another thing you could do with them is to get a container, a pretty shallow container, or maybe a little bigger than this, and have them put in and take out. So you're working on some basic concepts there. Also following simple directions, like can you put it in and take it out? That's one of the first concepts they learn is in and out, mostly out, and then we'll start to work on in. So that's a great activity.
So looking at some of the motor skills, these are a great child size for their hands. So you can work on grasp. You can work on holding items one in each hand and bringing them to the middle, bringing them to midline, and pushing them together and pulling them apart and getting that nice auditory feedback. And then they can stick them onto different surfaces. You can also use these for gross motor activities. Some of the things that I like to do in therapy is using the big balls, the exercise balls like you would get in a sporting goods store. Some people call them Swiss balls, and you can stick these or adhere these big Pip Squigs to the ball and use these as a visual distraction technique while you place the baby prone on the ball so that they can try to hit at it, pull them off while you're putting them prone on their tummy, because a lot of children hate to be on their tummy. And this is a great way to encourage tummy time, and they can try to reach for the ball, reach for the Pip Squigs, shift their weight on the ball, try to pull them off. So you can use these for a lot of great different motor skills for your babies.
That's great.
So let's look at the regular size Squigs.
Yeah, so the regular ones come in different colors, just like this. They have a little more variety of shapes and sizes, but they're great for working on identifying and naming colors. First, children will learn to identify colors, so you could put, 2 or 3 colors out and tell them, like, give me blue, and then have them hand it to you. As they get to where they're identifying colors consistently, then you can start to work on naming colors. You know, look, I have, and pause and wait for them to say blue. Or ask them, like, what do you have? And see if they can name what color they have in their hand. So those are great. Also, if you can withhold them and then encourage them to ask for more and either say, like, more please, or I want blue, so then they're having to ask for objects. So requesting what they want and expressing their wants and needs is an important skill. Again, following directions, like, you know, put them all over here, put them in the bucket, give them to Miss Jennifer. So you're working on following some simple directions with them.
Okay. And looking at some of the motor skills you can do with your children ages 3 and up with these. So they're going to have a little bit more manipulation skills with their hands and being able to push things together and pull them apart. Well, they're also going to be able to work on their pre-writing skills. You can work on pre-writing skills by the time the children are age 3. So you can do this by sticking them onto a vertical surface, an up and down surface, such as your refrigerator, such as a window, something that they can be encouraged to reach up and they can stick them onto the surface. Or if they're not able to do that, if they don't have the shoulder strength and stability to do that yet, you can do that for them. And they can just work on pulling them off. And that's going to strengthen their shoulder muscles, which is a good preparation activity for writing, for cutting, for a lot of things that they're going to be doing in preschool and in kindergarten. So that's a great way to start working on that pre-writing types of activities. Because handwriting is a very hard thing for a lot of kids to pick up on, especially our little boys. So this is a great way to work on that. You can also work on gross motor skills by putting them on the floor, having the child bend and squat, pick them up, put them into that grape container. You can have them try to step over the squig, go over, take a step over, reach back behind them, pick it up. You can put these on a step, encourage them to bend and reach in different positions and turn. They can practice carrying this while they're bending down and picking these up and work on a lot of great strengthening and balance types of skills.
That's great.
So let's look at the mini Squigz.
Yes, and these are a lot smaller, which is why they're recommended for 5 and up. But just like the regular size ones, they come in different colors and different shapes. So for the older kids, 5 and up, you could work on categorizing and sorting them by color. You know, put all the blue ones over here, put the green ones here. And then see if they can sort them on their own. Or you could sort by shape. Talk about the long skinny stick or the 4-point one. So you can use some different descriptive words with them as they're sorting. Another thing is counting, like how many do you have, and see how high they can count. There's 75 pieces in this bucket, which is a lot, so it's great to work on counting skills. Another thing is as they build their different creations, have them talk about it, like what are they building? Use descriptive words and make a story about what they're building. Making robots is very popular with the boys. They like to do that. So, but it's great for language development and stimulation.
You were talking, Liz, about creativity with the Squigz. One of my favorite stories about playing with these Squigz with one of my friends in therapy, I had him on a swing and we were warming up to do handwriting later, and he asked if he could play with the gecko feet.
That's funny.
And he refers to these as the gecko feet, which I thought was so creative. He came up with that on his own. So kids can come up with a lot of creative, imaginative ways to play with these on their own. But as Liz was saying, these are recommended for children ages 5 and up. And you can see how small these are in my hand. And the way that I'm holding this is using my 3 fingers. And this is the way that I would hold a pencil or a marker or a pen maturely. So it's a tripod grasp. And you can practice that grasp and pushing those together. So you're really working on some nice finger movement, which is the way that we control a pencil or a pen maturely. So this is a great warm-up activity for writing, for our writers, for school-age writers, age 5 and up. So you can also, again, use these as gross motor activities. You can have the child line these up along the floor, make like a starting line and a finishing line. They can practice running back and forth, bending down and getting one and taking one to one line and taking one to the other line. This container is also great because It has a great lid, and they can close it and open it, and it's a handy little way to keep them all nicely stored. So there's a lot of great motor activities that you can also do with the mini Squigz.
Yeah, they're great. We just love Squigz. They're a great toy, and we love the fact that they come in 3 different sizes, so it can grow with the child and be more advanced as they get older. So we hope you enjoy them. One thing to watch for is to make sure that the little children do not play with the mini Squigz because they are pretty small and we don't want them to choke. But as always, you should always supervise your children as they're playing, just for safety reasons.
Yes.
Anything else you'd like to add?
No, we just want to say thank you for watching our first Playtime Connections video, and stay tuned. We've got a lot of these planned for you. Our next video is going to be on a Fisher-Price Laugh and Learn piggy bank.
Yeah.
So stay tuned for that, and thank you again, and enjoy playing with your children and making those connections.
Great. Thank you.